Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bregaton. Let's finish purging this vessel.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Come to chaos!
I will do my duty. At your beck and call.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Let's get our buffs out. Put them up for as much damage as we can get. And I guess put this up here.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
That's lame. There's not a way to get that right there. Sometimes it lets you put these areas through objects, but other times it doesn't.
My vow is to serve. Insignificant value.
Okay, now it's time for Argenta to shine. Let's go move this forward. We get some kills in that zone and get our other buffs out.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
This elevation keeps messing up my flamer attacks. Alright, we'll just light this guy on fire.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Stinking corpses. Chaos guides me. Death to the weak.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
They stand right beside each other. It's so frustrating.
As the Emperor...
Out of my way.
The flamethrower is going to
Death
develop
to
that entire area
non-believers.
regardless. Elevation doesn't really play a role.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Nothing to it. Oh gosh. What foul sorcery is this?
It's as good as done.
Buff up our carry, and...
I am ready for whatever comes.
Give him another turn, then we'll give him another full turn after that.
I'll see our foes obliterated.
I'm gonna get this
But
buff
of
out.
course,
We may have him charge
Lord
the Plague
Captain.
Bearer, try and take that out next. Not through him, though. I will charge this guy instead.
I won't object to it. I'm done with this
It's
one.
another kill in the frontline area. So it buffs up all the areas. No reason not to. And then... Oh, I can't use it now. Dang it. That's okay.
It will be done. Reduced to dust. Victory is imminent.
Chaos guides me. Death to the weak.
Oh, he's got a shield and everything. That must be the acolyte that we saw in that cutscene.
Out of my way.
Blessing of Rot. The shield grants its host plus 3 MP and will be removed if the creature's temporary wounds reach 0.
Death
In this
to
case, the shield blows up and
non-believers.
kills the host, dealing 10 damage to the occluding sphere. Those temporary wounds are above 0 on the... Excuse me, I was reading that. The host's temporary wounds are above 0. On the next round, it will fade away and create a poisonous cloud that deals damage to the host's enemies and heals the host's allies until the end of combat.
Request approved.
I can do that with the right incentive.
Alright, so again, I'm going to try and use Argenta.
I'll do it.
I finally can hit both.
You've got a problem. I've got a... Don't get too cocky.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
Reload, and then Wildfire for another attack.
I'll do it.
Cool.
Rejoice in
Now, I think it's just weak enemies left, right? I didn't see any other Plague Bearers. Heinrichs is getting pretty deep into... Oh, hey! Pudding Sphere. I should probably be attacking that, right? Blessing of Rot. Nurgle's powers create a shield that grants its host plus 3 MP. It will be removed if the creature's temporary wounds reach 0. Okay, invincibility. I don't need to attack it. The Pudding Sphere is immune to all damage and most common effects. Death of creatures under its control deals direct damage to it. Anchored, cannot move or dodge enemy attacks. Doesn't matter because it can't be attacked. Well, it can be, it's not going to work. And psi rating plus 1. I can charge. Reach anybody? Probably not. Hey, I
For
can!
the throne's glory.
Unfortunately, I can't reach them with him. I have a grenade.
I'll see to it personally.
Alright, let me check something. So Heinrichs currently has 27 crit chance. Let's use this on him.
On it.
29, went up by 2. I'll take it. Nothing else I can use there besides that.
I will do my duty.
Oh, this is blocking his path. Well, that's annoying. I think it might be worth it hitting my main character. I'm gonna do it.
Gray hair, sure hand.
Use defensive stance. Because all these guys are melee.
I serve the ruinous powers. Chaos guides me.
Jeez Louise. These are the
Death
string
to the
cheese men.
weak. Out of my way! Death to non-believers!
Momentum.
All right.
Activating force mode sacrament.
And almost over here. I might wait and have Jai move that instead. What I'll do is move the back line somewhere, I guess, out of the way.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Let's move her forward. Ideally behind cover, but that's gonna happen. So I think giving Abelard another turn here is probably the way to go. Get him to cut through these guys so my main character can move forward too. But we could also do Heinrichs and have him just murder a bunch of demons. So, let's do Abelard. Not quite enough damage, though.
How about no?
Alright, Argenta. They put in some work over here, I think.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands.
That was a waste of a medkit.
That'll be fine.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Oh, Dad, burning on his next turn, but he's in the way. So unfortunately, he has to go down.
I won't object to it.
Be gone. I'm done with this one. Let's see to it.
Heinrichs is on a killing spree. We can get a range shot off on this guy.
But of course.
Oh man. His build is coming together. Alright, let's see if we can take him out with this.
I'll make it happen.
Not quite. After I wrapped up the last episode, I was like, you know what, maybe I could have pushed forward and taken out this next group of enemies, but I'm glad I didn't, because this is quite the lengthy fight.
Follow my lead. At your beck and call. Indeed. At your beck and call.
Left Jai undefended, but
I
he's fine.
serve the ruinous powers!
Lift him up. Mostly so we can put our rear. Oh, come on. Now I can place it right there? Oh good, I can move back.
Running binary override.
I finally backlashed. Or, shoot, what's it called? I guess it's overheat that does the damage, right? Yeah, just have Heinrich start taking these guys out. I was gonna get at least one more kill with him too. But it all worked out. And we leveled up, of course. A Master of Arms Seal. A carved seal belonging to a senior officer, which serves as a key for the most important weapon stores. That's the chest that we left behind previously. A ship's log. The ship's log is encrypted, but the last entry is written in Gothic. I, Inquisitor Utin Hole. Did it say Hall before with an A, not an O? I captained the black ship Monarchia's Bane. Oh, that's interesting. I write this record for the eyes of any faithful servant of the Emperor who may chance to read it. So Monarchia was the planet the Emperor censored Lorgar and the Wordbearers on. Because Lorgar worshipped the Emperor as a god, and they stopped to convert the planets they conquered in the Great Crusade to worship the Emperor, but their compliance rate was really low, so it took them a long time to go through and conquer these planets and build them up. And so that was the Emperor's biggest deal with it, but also the Emperor did not want to be worshipped as a god. Ironic, I know. In fact, the entire Imperial faith is based off the Lectitio Divinatus that Lorgar wrote, who's now a traitor Primarch. He's a demon Primarch. But the act on Monarchia is what led Lorgar to discover the Chaos Gods and become a traitor. Just an interesting little tidbit, and it's called Monarchia's Bane. My vessel dutifully departed Terra to collect the Imperium's rightful tithes from its loyal worlds and then returned to the Segmentum Solar with thousands of Psychers in our holds. Our mission was proceeding smoothly, but shortly after our warp jump, the incident occurred. Segmentum Solar is our solar system, with Earth and Mars and everything. The main confinement cell was the source of the insurrection. It was the holding site for an especially dangerous passenger who possessed high psychic potential, was known to incite disobedience in others. I do not know how he was able to free himself or how he summoned the forces of chaos. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. I do not know how he was able to free himself or how he summoned the forces of chaos to abet him. His psychic outburst spread rapidly across the entire vessel, sending other passengers into a frenzy and causing them to attack my acolytes. I've given the order for the passenger holds to be purged and activated the automatic intruder elimination systems, but I have no doubt that this measure will be unsuccessful. Not wishing to surrender the Monarchia's Bane into the hands of these deranged mutants, I've set course to orbit a nearby planet at a slight deviation. Sooner or later, the deviation will result in the ship drifting out of orbit and crashing to the planet's surface. Keep the faith and exterminate any mercy in your soul. Also, it was the Ultramarines that the Emperor had sanctioned Monarchia, and so that's where the rivalry between Wordbearers and the Ultramarines come from. So,
Rise to the top.
Elements of no pleasure in what he had to do to his brother. Despite what Lorgar thought. Guide for Voidsman. Voidsman, by the grace of the Emperor, you've been given the honor of serving on a black ship of the Inquisition. You've been entrusted with unique cargo. Psychers collected from the Imperium's worlds as their rightfully owed tithe. Do not be deceived by their appearance. Every one of them is a dangerous mutant. Be strict with the passengers, for that is how you safeguard the lives of yourself and your comrades. You must be blind to tears and deaf to pleas. Listen to the passengers' conversations, and report any grouping that form among them to the ship's confessor. Any groups will be split into different holds to prevent a coordinated revolt. Check for certain that the passengers are eating all of their rations. They contain tranquilizers intended to ensure your and your comrades' safety. Pay attention to any strange occurrences. Psychic corruption comes in many forms. Passengers that exhibit extraordinary abilities must be transferred to reinforced cells for solitary confinement. Do not engage in conversation with the passengers. Do not refer to them by name. Do not give them your possessions. Do not allow them to lose their fear of you. Their fear is the key to your survival. Appear before the ship's confessor every month to have the purity of your thoughts checked. Remember that blasphemous psychers can play with the minds of real people. Keep the faith and follow these rules. Failure to observe any of them will be grounds for dismissal. Unholy Shard. This amulet reduces all toxic damage suffered by its wearer by 50%. If the wearer was heretical, votary, they also heal 1 wound per heretical rank each time they suffer toxic damage.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, actually come in pretty handy if we ever come across, well, another heretical companion, because we got rid of the only one that we had. Or if we fight the Drukhari, since they
Keep
have the
your wits about you.
toxic needle weaponry. Alright, let's level up real quick. Main character gets a skill and a characteristic. Go with coercion here. And weapon skill. You can do toughness as well. No, let's do weapon skill. My Ablard gets a skill and a characteristic. I carouse for him, of course, and then... what's going on there? Not fellowship. Weapon skill. Heinrichs, same stuff. I might do Lore Xenos. I think that's more important than athletics. Because there are certain traps you can only disarm with Lore Xenos. Let's do that instead. And strength. The strength boosts athletics anyway, so we boosted both those skills regardless. Alright, same stuff for Argenta, but here, let's do Demolition. And I'm thinking Agility. I'm split between agility and perception. Perception seems like it's better for combat. It reduces the chance of an enemy dodging your attack. Which is even more significant because she's usually attacking multiple enemies in one turn. I'll do perception. Alright, Pascal. Same stuff. Definitely not fellowship. Ballistic skill. And I don't see why I wouldn't do logic. Just keep boosting that up. We have come across a few checks where, even with his high logic, it's been like an 87% chance. And Jai, same stuff. Fellowship, of course. And commerce. That's the one persuasion skill that I'm not going to invest into on my main character.
Is there money to be made?
Oh yeah, the chest.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Almost forgot. Ooh, Tempestus Carapace. Base armor property plus 2 deflection against ranged attacks. That's pretty good because with heavy armor you don't typically dodge. And that's how you usually avoid ranged attacks. Oh, and an Inferno Pistol. I think I found Argenta's new weapon. Inferno Blast. Yeah, I think that'll be her sidearm. Well, I don't know, that's a pretty tough call. This is pretty good as a backup weapon for enemies that are immune to burning. The Inferno Pistol. Yeah. Assuming that she can use it. Oh wow, she can't. It's a melta weapon. Well, I know someone else that can use it, but I'm not going to replace his current melta gun. Darn. It's probably for the best. I do think that the bolter she has equipped is a better secondary weapon. It came in very handy against those
I always
bloodletters.
have a backup plan.
Also, if there's bloodletters in the game, I hope there's a bloodthirster as well. That'd be a really cool fight. Oh, very purple.
I always keep my options open. Let us not dawdle.
And back to the ship. And next time, we'll explore the next system. I think it's to the west of this one. Oh, Lord Captain. This is Voxmaster Vigdis Suri Ada Talaman speaking. Doesn't she usually just call herself Vigdis? I don't know why she's being so formal. Hope your heroic expedition was a success. What will be your further instructions? The machine spirit of this vessel is dead and defiled. It should be sent to the Omnissiah in a proper nuclear funeral rite. No, not gonna risk anyone being corrupted. Bombard the vessel. Let the dead follow the dead. As you wish, Lord Captain. Oh, it's dogmatic. It didn't say that, did it? As you wish, Lord Captain. The power of our main battery should be enough to penetrate the glacier and evaporate the vessel completely. Awesome. Yeah, it seemed like the most dogmatic option anyway, because you're not going to risk anyone being corrupted by going down there. You don't want to take any corrupted components back onto your ship. Because machines can be corrupted by chaos as well. We saw that with the Forge Fiend that we fought on that one Mechanicus ship. Okay, I'm going to call it here, and next time we'll continue exploring the surrounding systems and continue carving out our little empire in the Cronus Expanse. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.